Welcome so deeply to the architecture of transformation. I am Coach Anna Reidenbach. I'm delighted to welcome you here. And this was originally recorded from a live play shop, and there was a little audio issue. So I am re-recording this with the hope that it is in the highest frequency and magnetic resonance for you to receive and utilize right away. So without further ado, let's dive in. And I really hope that you enjoy this and that it makes a difference for you. The architecture of transformation is a four-step body-based process that you can use with your clients, with your audience, with yourself to support real embodied transformation. This creates deeper value in your business offerings in a way that truly elevates our world. And you can use this as a transformational coach, a relationship, love, and intimacy coach, psychotherapist, astrologer, tarot reader, energy worker, workshop facilitator, teacher, sound healer, and more. In case we have not met yet, I am Anna Reidenbach. I am a creative impact coach and a creativity engineer. And I help you craft magnetic, crystal clear, prosperous offerings in your business that fully embody your unique magic while elevating the consciousness of our world. So, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for your transformational magic. And we're going to use coaching tools as well as somatic psychology tools today. Okay, so the foundational principle that we are holding is that your clients or audience desire some kind of change, right? They are coming to you, they're seeking you out because they desire to transform an area of their life. And so when you use this transformational structure and you apply it to the amazing work you already do as a transformational magician, right? You simply create results more quickly with the modalities that you already love and with greater ease. And this creates deeper value in your business offerings, right? If your clients and audience can achieve the results more quickly, that is more valuable for them. And it also moves our world forward more powerfully. And when I say that, what I mean is when we deeply align with who we are becoming and our brightest destiny, when we are aligned with our values, with the world that we genuinely desire to create, and we have more energy because we've transformed something, right? We naturally begin to offer our gifts, our magic, and love to the world. We are able to have love in action, to really stand in the meaning of that. And as more and more people do this, right, we shape a brighter timeline. This is one of the ways that we can change the world. This is one of the ways that we can change consciousness. So thank you again for doing this sacred work. Thank you for being a magician. All right. So with that, let's dive in to the brain and the nervous system. Okay. So what we are building on here is this idea of neuroplasticity that I'm sure you've heard of many, many times before. And this is the capacity of the brain to develop and change throughout life. Here's what's interesting, though. This was something that Western science once thought was impossible, right? And we now know it's very possible. And so a lot of times we or our clients are coming to us thinking things that are impossible, right? That maybe they can't change, they can't transform. And when we open up this realm of possibility and new opportunities, right, it can make such a big difference for them. And so, one powerful way to help ourselves and to help others transform is to build new brain pathways, right? New roads in our brain that support energy to flow in more positive and aligned directions. And so, what this means is we get a sensory signal. So, this is any input the nervous system responds to, such as a thought or a feeling or a sensation, sound, memory, opportunity, threat, event, intuitive message, whatever that is. And our brain and our body need to choose how to respond to the signal that we're receiving. Now, we get a lot of these signals, as you might imagine. So, very lovingly, our brain and our body have created some habitual unconscious responses to the signals that we receive so that we don't have to make a choice for every single thing that comes into our awareness. Unfortunately, some of these habitual and unconscious responses are not giving us the results that we want. So, for example, let's say my desire right now in my current reality is I want to be in the most amazing shape of my life. Okay. And yet, every time I get stressed, I'm eating junk food, right? That habitual response is not giving me the result I want. Or let's say I desire to expand my business. And yet, every time I'm given an opportunity for more visibility, I get so anxious that I say no to the opportunity, right? That's not giving me what I want. Fortunately, we can choose a new response that's in deeper alignment with our dreams, our goals, and our desires in our present reality. Okay, so I could learn how to manage stress in a different way and make different eating choices, for example, or I could choose to manage maybe anxiety in a different way and make different visibility choices, or be able to say yes to those opportunities. And that would give me a different outcome, right? Over time, these new choices would become the habits, the behaviors, and the ways of thinking and being that create what we truly desire in our lives. So I might begin noticing that I'm living inside of a different body, or I might begin to notice that I'm living inside of a different business, right? It's really expanded, it's gotten more prosperous. And what we're doing is we're updating our neural architecture to reflect our current identity, our dreams, and our goals in our current, right? Current identity, current reality, not what a past version of ourselves might have needed. What's really cool about this, and this comes from James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits, is that the word identity was originally derived from the Latin words meaning being and repeatedly. So your identity is literally your repeated beingness, meaning we can change our identity through our beingness. And what might be even more cool is that this is real magic. So Carolyn Elliott, who's one of my mentors and who wrote Existential Kink, describes magic as the ability to connect our conscious and subconscious minds. And the process we're about to go through together is to connect our conscious choices with our often unconscious desires. So, this transformational magic, right, is that our ways of being, our sense of self, our actions, and our behaviors are in alignment with our dreams and our goals and our present reality, right? The road is going in the right direction, it's getting us where we want to go, and we have a new sense of identity that's being created from this. Because knowing and being are very different things. We don't just want to know how to become the butterfly, we want to spread our wings, we want to feel our colors, right? Okay, so neuroplasticity exists. It's possible to impact transformation, right? It's possible to create a new identity. So, why? Why on earth is it so effing hard to make these new choices? Why are we still responding to stress by eating junk food? Why, even though we want this beautiful business, are we still responding to opportunities by saying no? Okay, so why do we continue to use the old roads, the old brain pathways that aren't in alignment with our power? And one of the reasons is biologically, our brain is designed to save calories. Okay. This means we will only implement change when the brain and the body know that there's a good reason. And this is just like in a city, right? Imagine a city is trying to decide whether to build a new road. It's not just going to randomly do it, it takes a lot of resources. It's going to make sure that the people in the city want the road, that it goes to a desirable destination. Same thing for our brain and our nervous system. Okay, so let's dive into step one of our four-step process, and this is your energetic container. Okay, so a sensory signal comes in, right? A thought or a feeling or a sensation, whatever it is, the brain and the body need to choose how to respond to the signal. Now, what happens is if we are in a stress response in our nervous system, the nervous system is going to prioritize survival, not growth. And this is extremely loving. Okay, this is a loving way to support us by prioritizing and reinforcing these old patterns and ways of being that seem like they take less energy. Okay, we might know in our conscious self that they don't take less energy because being mean to ourselves, having shame, all of this takes quite a lot of energy, right? But the system is doing its best to prioritize these habits, these structures that have been put into place so that energy can go towards the stress, go towards the emergency. And what this means is it makes it much harder to learn new positive behaviors when we're carrying a lot of stress in the body. And so you can imagine this like trying to build a new road in a city, but the traffic wasn't cleared and the tools aren't ready and no workers are present. It's not impossible, but it makes it pretty hard, right? It's going to be a lot easier if those resources are in place. And so what we are doing in this step is we are activating the capacity to transform, right? This could be taking a breath with a client, helping them come into their most courageous, brave self, right? Remember something that they're proud of. Things like this can activate the capacity to transform. So, supporting your clients or audience to be in a resourced nervous system helps them learn better, make better choices in the moment. And biologically, we are set up for long term change and transformation too, right? Biologically, there are resources available to help us build the new road. We are in a part of our nervous system that can see opportunities, that can feel into new possibilities, that is able to make deeper connections with others, that is able to take brave action, right? We are in a resource state in our nervous system, and we're able to build all these beautiful new roads. So the brain and the body can learn new ways of being because our nervous system is set up for positive growth and change. And it's true that being resourced is not the only thing that we need to change. However, transformation becomes much harder without it. And if you would love some more specific techniques and questions to use for step one, I invite you to download my free guide at coachannareidenbach.com/transformation. That's going to give you some more depth for each one of these steps in our process so that you can use them right away with your clients and with your audience to bring more abundance and pleasure into your business and bring more light and sparkles into our world. So I will link that into the description field right below this video. I hope you enjoy it. And I would also love to know, what are you learning? What do you maybe already do in your practice? And this is giving you a deeper understanding of why you do it. What would you like to commit to doing more as you do sessions for clients or just for yourself? Taking a moment to really notice your insights helps you harness them. It helps you harvest them. It helps you be able to utilize them in deeper ways. So you can place a comment in the comment section right below this video, and I do read through every single one. Okay, we're going to move on to step two, which is the deepest soul vision, expanding into the realm of magic. Now, what does this mean? What it means is often our brain is not fully aware of our true desires. These can be a little hidden, a little unconscious. They're often held in the body. And so our brain thinks we want something. Our body or our subconscious is really feeling that we want something else. And our system is lovingly trying to send energy in different directions to help us and support us. But what this means is that the energy is getting dispersed and we're not really getting what we want or what we desire. And this is because we often source our desires from outside of ourselves, right? From what our culture or our loved ones want or what we think we should want. We're not doing this on purpose most of the time. It just ends up happening. And so knowing these true soul desires is pure magic, right? These genuine desires signal clearly to our brain and our nervous system the destination we would like to send our energy toward and utilize our resources for, right? The road has a direction to go in. It is delicious. We want it, right? And we are on board to send resources in to construct it. So, as we uncover these hidden desires, these unconscious yearnings, it means we no longer need to build multiple roads at once, right? We can send our energy all in one direction. And this space and freedom that comes with this taps us into an energetic realm of synchronicity that can truly feel like magic, right? Our brain has somewhere to focus. So if you've ever set an intention and immediately it's like someone just calls you out of the blue with this opportunity that's in complete alignment with the intention you set, right? Or you see a flyer or you hear a song and you're just getting all these signs and all these synchronicities of magic. And these soul desires connect us into this force beyond our logical mind that truly has the power to rearrange reality around us. So, this is so deep, so beautiful. And just a quick note here, our vision is not always something we can see clearly, right? So often it's something we really feel. So we might get images, we might get colors, we might get feelings. And so wherever you're at with this, or wherever your client is at with this, right? We know we've tapped into this vision when we have this knowing in our body that we are in our full alignment with our truth, our power, and our destiny. And so whatever comes through, we want to honor it, and that's what allows the vision to keep growing. Okay, amazing. So we have looked at the deepest soul vision and your energetic container. Before we go on to step 3 and 4, let's look at 2 examples of how to use these first 2 steps from coaching and from astrology. So let's begin with astrology. So imagine if on your first session, you really explored your client's vision. You knew where they wanted to go in this area of their life that they're looking to transform. Now it becomes even more valuable for them to see you more regularly because it's helping them move towards their deepest desires, right? They might want to come back the next month and say, wow, all of these things got in my way. I wonder what's going on with my Chiron. Or perhaps there's specific transits that are coming up that are really going to support them or that they're really going to need to navigate for this vision. And so you can now create a package like 3 sessions or 6 months or whatever it is where you support them into their vision using astrology. Another idea is if you offer an energetic container at the beginning of each session, maybe just a few deep breaths, your clients will biologically be able to take in their insights more easily and remember things more deeply. So your sessions are going to become more valuable because you're tapping them into the part of their nervous system, right, where they can actually access information and learn. So I hope this is helpful to see as an example. And let's look at coaching. You can invite your client to really connect with their deepest and their hidden desires, right? These ones that they haven't even admitted to themselves yet. And when you do this, when you support them this way, for example, in a discovery call where they're deciding if they're going to work with you, this helps them feel this embodied, yes, you can help me. And it also helps you know if they're a great fit, right? Like, is their true desire something you can actually help them with? If you're setting up a new container, and you know exactly what your client desires, you are no longer trying to move energy down two or more roads, okay? And this greatly impacts your client's results and success, right? They know exactly where they want to be moving towards, and you can really guide them there. So I hope this supports you with some tangible ways to bring this into your work. So we've looked at your energetic container and we've looked at the deepest soul vision. So now we're moving on to step three, the destiny alignment, and step four, deliciously tangible goals. Before we do that, though, let's look at the power of step one and step two. So, even if you just use these first two steps, they will create beautiful, powerful, valuable results for your clients, your audience, and our world. Because we are in a time of a rapid structural change. Things are breaking down around us. There are so many challenges. There are so many things that we need our values and our heart and our voice for to stand up and create the world that we all desire to live in. And so being able to connect yourself and your clients to a resourced nervous system and connect to our inner compass, what our true desires, our true values are, will help us feel more centered, more aligned, more in our full agency and power. And giving that to our clients at this time is such a gift for them, for their families, for their community, for this world. So this makes such a big difference. And for real deep life-changing transformation, we still do need steps three and four. Okay. So why do we need them? Anna, you just told me that steps one and two would make a big difference, and they will make a huge difference. And right, this resourced vision can magnetize truly magical and synchronistic opportunities, right? We've created the vision from a resourced nervous system so we can tap into the hidden, deepest secret desires. This opens up more energy, it opens up synchronicity, it opens up magic. And yet, we still have to build the capacity to say yes to the opportunities, to follow through, or to learn new skills that would allow us to really make the most of the opportunities. So even though synchronicities are coming in, we still have to become, right, the person who can say yes to those things. So that's what step three and step four are all about. Coming back to our road analogy in the city, right? Imagine having all of the equipment ready, the space is cleared out, right? The traffic's cleared out. You're ready to start building. You know exactly where it's going. You're so excited, and yet, if no one is actually building the road, there will not be a new road, right? And it's the same thing for transformation. So, making consistent choices is how our new behaviors and ultimately our new identity truly comes into being. Right, because now that we've decided on our destination, the vision and our tools and our brain workers are all ready to go, meaning we're in our resource nervous system, we now have a beautiful opportunity to build the road into our brightest destiny and to support our clients to do the same. So, step three is the destiny alignment. This elevates your desires into your becoming. This is the map that supports our vision. It's made up of who we are becoming as we step into our new identity. And when our choices are linked to the deepest soul vision in this way, they feel fun and motivational and truly inspirational, aka our brain knows it's important and would love to support us with resources to help this growth. So it's very helpful to look at who we would need to become to truly fulfill our deepest soul vision. This is the places we can elevate our power and also any gaps or any missing skills and capacities. Pain is also very important for signaling to the brain and the nervous system that something is important and worth spending calories on, right? Pleasure signals this to the brain, and pain also does. So we don't want to get caught in hopelessness or helplessness. That's not the goal here. Yet it is important to note that we're creating a map of how to grow towards the deepest soul vision by looking at what feels exciting to develop, right? What roots would just be so easy and pleasurable as we're creating this brightest destiny. And we're also looking at what feels painful that we refuse to tolerate any longer, right? That is such a good motivation, as well as what might get in our way, such as any fears or patterns we are being asked to grow ourselves out of. So let's go back to this example of being in the best shape of one's life. So let's say you have a client and this is their delicious desire. They've really identified this deep longing to be in the most wonderful, breathtaking shape of their life. And yet, right, their old habit is getting stressed and eating junk food. So there's so many beautiful ways that you could coach them or support them with astrology or energy work around food choices, right? How to eat with their astrological sign, like that's going to support them in the best way. There's so many beautiful things to do there. And yet, what if you ask them, who are you really becoming in the fulfillment of this vision? And what are you scared of? And what if they tell you, wow, I realized I'm terrified to be visible, right? If I'm in the best shape of my life, I am, maybe more people are going to look at me. I'm going to feel brighter. I'm going to have this desire to feel bolder, and it's actually really scary. Now you have this even deeper place to coach them or support them from. It doesn't mean you can't help them with food choices and with stress and with all of that. And yet, so much of your work together is also going to be how can we make it safe for you to be visible? What astrological placements are going to help you, right? What energy work is going to help with that? What coaching work is really going to help you feel delicious being visible and bright and bold in the world? And just imagine if you do this in a first session or if you do this in a discovery call, right, where a client is deciding whether or not it's a good fit to work with you. If you can show them this map in that first session, they will have so much commitment, so much motivation, and they will really easily be able to say yes to you. Okay. So that's how this creates this deeper value, these deeper results. And what's really important to notice here is that often these blocks, as well as our biggest motivations, we can really feel in the body, right? Our body is such a potent place to excavate for these treasures or excavate for these obstacles. And the body is also the one who helps us take the actions in our life that create our destiny. So again, it's wonderful to tap into the body to notice here, which brings us to our step 4, which is deliciously tangible goals, right? These actions that the body will take to support us into our brightest destiny. This is supporting you to embody the identity shift. So, this is the practical day to day process of building the road. What section are you working on? For what greater purpose? What's the goal? What tools do you need? Right? This is helping you bring this into 3D reality so we can really have this new road. And this gives people a lot of power. Okay. The small things can feel, oh, that's, maybe that's insignificant. People don't care about that. And yet there's something very empowering about knowing how we actually reach our dreams, right? It makes our commitment to the process much stronger because we know how to genuinely transform, right? It makes it clearer and it allows us to actually make with our bodies these small daily changes that lead us to where we want to go. And this is the magic of identity change. This is when we truly feel the power of transformation because we are seeing our vision and our dreams being manifested in our day to day beingness, our day to day behaviors. Remembering from James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits, the word identity was originally derived from the Latin words meaning being and repeatedly. So your identity is literally your repeated beingness. And this process supports you or your clients, right, to elevate your beingness into your brightest destiny. Or, as Carolyn Elliott might say, it supports them to do magic, right? She describes magic as the ability to connect our conscious and subconscious minds. And so in this process, we're connecting our conscious choices, right? These actions that we are taking with our unconscious hidden desires and our old unconscious patterns and habits. We're upgrading them into conscious reality that matches where we really desire to go. So I'll share with you a few practical ways that you can use this right away in your work, like today, if you would like to. But first, let's just recap our process together. So the architecture of transformation, right, is this magical 4-step process. We start with the energetic container, which is activating the capacity to transform through the nervous system. Once that is ready, ready to build the new roads, then we connect to the deepest soul vision, right? These hidden unconscious desires and yearnings, and this expands into the realm of magic. Then we look at the destiny alignment, right? Elevating into becoming, right? Who are we really becoming in the fulfillment of this vision? What capacities might we need to grow, and what are we actually scared of as we think about this? Because this shows us the unconscious patterns and blocks that really are our deepest pathway forward. From there, we go into our deliciously tangible goals, where we embody the identity shift by creating a really tangible way that we can move forward. So you can use this in workshops and classes. For example, at the beginning, you can help people get in their most powerful resource nervous system and they're going to take in information better. And at the end, you might leave them with a goal or a vision that they want to step into. In a discovery call, right, where someone is deciding whether they are going to say yes to your amazing work in the world, helping them really be able to see the pathway into that vision, right? Their strengths, their resources, their desires, and what are their obstacles and blocks can make it feel really desirable and safe to say yes to you. If you're opening a coaching or healing package, it can be so powerful to set a really potent vision and a really potent goal together, again, from the resource nervous system. And when you're closing a package, it can be beautiful to look at the work that they've done. Like, what was their vision? Again, from from a very resourced nervous system, right? What did they overcome? What did they create? And what else is left on that road into their highest destiny? Because then they might want to decide to re-enroll with you. It's also a great structure for ongoing sessions, right? Just to have at the beginning or have at the end to anchor people into their resource nervous system and to remind them of their goal and their vision so that they feel really motivated. Their body, of course, their mind knows why they are there with you, but their body can really remember that this is important, life-changing work for them. And that will create more commitment and more motivation and more follow through in the work. Just love to say thank you for being here. And I hope that this helps you create so much value in your business offerings. I also hope it supports us to create a much more magical world together, right? That all of these sparkles just go out onto our earth and create a higher timeline for everyone. I would love to know what you're taking with you from our experience today. If something has been eye-opening or valuable, it would mean the world to me to see your comment right in the comments field below this video. I do read through every single one, and it will help you with your insights as well. Taking that moment to really think about what you learned and write it down is going to make such a difference for you. And while you're leaving that comment, you can also check out the description field below this video to enjoy your free gift. You can dive deeper into the architecture of transformation with questions and techniques to use with your clients or your audience. And that is at coachannareidenbach.com/transformation. I also will be creating a magnetic visioning video. And this is a really embodied way to support you to go through each of these steps as related to your own aligned, clear offerings in your business. So as soon as that is ready, I will send that out as well. And I cannot wait to share it with you. And I do have fun play shops throughout the year. So these are community events where you can learn and practice new skills to move you, your business, and our world forward. We always have love and magic and sparkles and hope and prizes and all of the good things. So if that sounds like fun to you, I'll be sending out notifications about those as well. Thank you so much for being here with me on this video, for allowing me to guide you through this transformational process. I know if you are here that your work is made of magic. I know that you are here to shape the future of our world. Thank you so much for the sacred offerings that you give to our earth. And I cannot wait to sparkle together with you again soon. And sending so many blessings, so much love, so much courage, so much hope, so much magic your way.